Welcome back to PJ Chen Design. This is PJ. Polar array is one of the simplest way to create complex form in Rhino 3D software. Let's go through how it works and how to control it properly. Are you ready? Let's get started. I personally use polar array a lot, not because it's just make it symmetrical, it also make it really uniform look, and that's been using a lot of this type of technique in the jewelry design. So I like to show you a few different ways to extract the curve from a surface, and we can pipe it polar array into getting this type of the form. So that's starting from the scratch. Alright, in this tutorial, I'm going to using exactly the same form, and this is the torus, and you can make it into the ring or earring. I'm just going to make something look like this, and we're purely just talking about the form. Alright, to be consistent sizes, I'm going to making a copy here so we can use that later, so that we're hiding this one. Now, every time you want to extract a curve from the surface, you need to know what else you can extract. Now, if we are going to simply just go to the curve and then you got the curve from the object, there's a lot of things that you can play with it. Now, first one, I want to say extract a wireframe. All right, and what that means is any of the iso curve that you see is going to be extract like this, right? So if you pipe it this, that's one of the style that you can do. Let's see, we're just gonna pipe it for radius for 0.5, and then you will get something like this. No doubt it is one of the way, right? But we wanted them to be like more of the twisting things, and we need more line. So that's the first things we wanted to do is rebuild the surface. All right, and want to make sure the degrees equal 3 and 3, and the U in this section I may wanted to have maybe 12, and you can have more if you want to, right? And the V section, I don't need that much. I probably just gonna have 4, and then you will get something like this. Okay, let's click OK. Now, if I do is in this time I'll extract a wireframe. So let me do something like this for the comparison. And you're going to notice that I have all those wires that I can play with, right? In fact, I wanted to go back with the 0, so let me just hide in this one. All right, so what can we do with this? What about if I choose everybody? And then I'm going to use the twist command, and I'm going to snapping into the 0. Maybe I want to twist 180 degree, and then I'll get something like that. If I twist 360 degree, and then you get something more complicated. So let's stay with 180 degree, then we'll get something like this, right? And in this case, if you don't need this circle, that's fine. We probably need the one on the bottom if it's going to be a ring, right? So let's pipe it and see what this look like. And let's go ahead to pipe, and then you're going to get something like this. Right, so that's one of the thing, and if you don't like this one, you can delete it. They are holding on the bottom, it's kind of a weak, but I just wanted to show you what you can do with this. Sometimes what you can also do, let me moving this on the side, and I'm just going to pick up one of it. So I'm going to delete a bunch of them and just pick up one of them and hold it like this, right? So once you get the shape, you can actually using the polar array. And let's say you want to, again, choosing this object and hit 0. You want a polar array that say we had 12 there. Maybe we want to have more. Let's do 18. And then 360 degree, and then we'll get something like this, right? Now, if you take a look on the render view, it's quite interesting in that way. So that's one thing that we can twisting the wire that we extract from the surface, and then we can pipe them, then we'll get this type of a shape. All right, another things that I would like to show you. So let me move them on the side and then go back to our original form right there. Another thing that you can do is you can actually drawing your design on top of it, right? So for example, if you wanted to have something like this coming up, going back, getting really complicated, something, I don't know, like this, right? When you have something and you have the wire is long enough, and when you project it to the surface, usually it will wrap around. So let me show you. We can do is to project to this surface, and all of a sudden you will see this curve right there. right? And you can continue to editing, but every time you project, you're going to see a lot of a point. So it's better that you decide what shape that you like before you project it. But once you project it, you can always rebuild. Let's say we want to rebuild it into the last point, like 12 point right there, and make sure degree is 3 and click OK. And of course, it's no longer on the surface, but you could continue to edit. Let's say you feel like you want this coming down like this. If you see on my surface, you're gonna see some of the lines inside of the surface and some of the lines outside, right? To make them back to the surface, in this case, we can use pull. And I have a video, it's talking about the difference between the pull and the project. I will have on the right top corner right here for you to see that video if you're interested. Right, so you can continue to edit this, right? Once it is done, we no longer need the surface, and we can simply just pipe it with the same diameter. And again, we can try polar array. One of my favorite tool to use, so we want to use polar array, snapping into the 0, and we're gonna do 18 of it. Right, so there's another way that you can actually tweak your wire before you polar array by projecting the wire to the surface. All right, so I'm going to put this one on the side for the comparison, and we're gonna call back our original form. Another one is actually, I saw type of a jewelry like that you kind of want to wrapping around at like infinity there. All right, so what we are going to do is using the commands called Helix. And under the Helix, you do have a choice for vertical or around the curve. All right, so we do want it to be around the curve. Oh, I forgot, I need to draw a curve first. So let's go ahead with the 0. I'm just going to draw a curve, snapping roughly right there. All right, so that's the curve. Let's do it again with the Helix, and we wanted to pick around the curve, and then you pick up your helix, right? So now you can choose like how many turn do you want them. I basically stay with the 4. You can have a more or less, depends on what kind of pattern do you want it, and then I end up something like this. All right, now you can look at it. This is following the shape that we have, but it's not necessarily exactly on the surface. If that is important to you, what you can do, again, you can pull it back to the surface right here. So now it's perfectly fitting into the surface. Okay, with this one, let's go ahead to pipe it. I'm going to pipe it for 0.5, the same diameter. And this one, that is the one we want to going to use the polar array. So I'm going to snapping into the 0. And 18 might be too many. It is too many, but it's kind of looking good, like this wrapping around thing. But I think it's too many, so I'm going to reduce it. So let's go with half of them, maybe 9 of them, and then we'll get something like, oh, it's still a lot. Let's try 6 of them. So snapping into the 0, and let's type it 3, not 6, 3 of them. And then we'll get something like this. You can kind of see like kind of wrapping around. If we're hiding this surface right there, then you can see this type of a form there. It's quite interesting as well. And I wanted to put it here for the comparison. So you kind of get an idea that we can do a lot of things to extract a curve from the surface and using that curve to pipe, or you can use the sweep one and to get all different kind of a shape there. So I hope you enjoy this kind of study and showing you more of the idea instead of a finished jewelry. Hopefully that can help you on your jewelry design. If this was helpful, make sure you subscribe it. And if you wanted to get deeper, especially applying those tools to a real jewelry design, you can find more structured training at pjchendesign.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next.